What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Christian Ahmaashia, or Dory. And first of all, if you're new here, welcome. Welcome to the family. If you're here from one of my prior videos, thank you so much for tuning in again. And if you're new, go ahead and pause. You're going to give this video a big thumbs up because you're going to love it here. You're going to subscribe and hit that notification bell. That way you're tuned in for my next update. And as you guys can tell, today we'll be talking about life as a new grad nurse, the ugly truths. So let's get right into it. I feel like often we see videos kind of telling like the happy side of nursing and our excitement for passing the NCLEX, starting our jobs, acing those interviews. But a lot of us leave out the ugly parts of that first couple of months. So I feel like it's important that we talk about it. It's important that we learn and grow together and hopefully avoid, early burnout or being defeated by this career choice, because it's a tough one. So without further ado, we're just going to get right into it. I'm going to kind of tell you guys about how my life has been as a new grad nurse, my experiences, and I'm already getting emotional, but I always said that I would not cry on YouTube, so I'm going to try to contain myself. We'll see how that works out for me. So I have been a nurse now for I think 4 months. Technically I started in January, but it was just like orientation, and then I got onto the floor kind of with my preceptor and our nurse educator in February. It's now June, even though my calendar probably says May. So I'll say 4 months I've been a nurse. When I first started, I was very excited. I had just passed the NCLEX, just graduated last December 2020. I know we haven't talked about that yet, but the girl has graduated. I don't know, like I felt like I was living in a dream. I have always wanted to be a nurse, and more specifically, a pediatric nurse, for as long as I remember. So finally getting the opportunity, I was just so excited, and I feel like I didn't have a good grasp on what to expect. I kind of feel like I went in blind, and I had these high expectations for a place that basically didn't fall through. So I feel like a lot of the heartbreak, or I don't know, just like the bad experience that I'm getting, is just also a part of me having higher expectations and those expectations not being met. So to give a little background story, I'm not going to give away the hospital or the town that I live in, but where I grew up, I have always wanted to work at this hospital as either a nurse, a physician, or I just wanted to work in the hospital. I grew up going to this hospital. I love the hospital. I love the nurses and the doctors there. Like, they made me feel welcome as a kid, and I just loved it. So I knew that I wanted to give back in a way that, maybe me as a nurse, like I'll make a kid think, hey, that one nurse that was with me that one time, I loved her. I love the experience that I got. This is why I want to be a nurse or a doctor. Like, I want to be that for someone else's child. Like, I want to bring back that smile and that light in the child that makes them think, hey, I want to go into healthcare because someone did this for me. So I kind of already had an idea of what I expected this place to look like. So when I started working there, I just feel like the energy really had shifted a lot. Like, it's not the same place that it used to be. There's new management, there are new nurses, of course, like that's many years ago. And those first couple of days pulling up to work, so I initially started as a new grad nurse in the residency on day shift. We did about 2 weeks on day shift before we transferred over to night shift with our preceptors. And once I hit night shift, literally that first 2 weeks, I would literally bawl my eyes out in the parking garage before work, after work, probably cry in the bathroom. Like, I was just so disappointed, and I felt like a failure. The people on my unit, I don't know, some of them are awesome, but others, they have that like nurses eat their young mentality, and I'm just not a person to do that with. It really pisses me off. And when you're in a work environment, and especially as a Black woman, like, you can express certain things certain ways. So it's just like I was bottling a whole bunch of things up, and feeling like a failure all at once. So it was just hard, like coming into work and feeling like, you know, I can do this, when in reality I'm in my head like, I cannot do this. I do not know like how I'm going to be a nurse. This is nothing like what I expected. I feel like everyone, you know, at the time hated me. I thought they thought I was an idiot. So I was struggling those first 2 weeks. I was just trying to figure out like basically how to get my feet on the ground. Like I wasn't even to that stage yet. I had 2 awesome preceptors. They were awesome. They helped me with any kind of questions, guided me as best as they could. But when the whole unit doesn't work together, it gets hard. Like, I remember coming home one day and me and my mama both night shift. So I come home and I come in her room and I'm just like, I just sit down on the ground. I didn't say anything. I just sat down on the ground and she was like, what's wrong? And I was like, you know, I just feel like I have wasted my time. I feel like I'm a bad nurse. I feel like I'm not doing anything right. I felt like I didn't fit in on the unit. I had the biggest insecurities when I first started, and even now, like I'll be honest and say that I still have those same insecurities, and I just felt like I was being nitpicked with. There was another new grad that came in with me, and we were being told different things. Like I was being picked on about certain things that she was being encouraged to do. So it just kind of felt like I wasn't welcome on the unit. So I was confused on why, you know, they even hired me if I was going to be getting this kind of treatment. So that was another thing added onto my plate that I just kind of felt like was a lot more to deal with than I needed mentally at the time as a new grad nurse. Freshly graduated, freshly taking the NCLEX, like everything is new to me. And no one is welcoming me or really taking me under their wing or encouraging me on this unit other than my 2 preceptors. And I mean, that's their job to welcome me. So does that really count, you know? So there was that. And I just had to pray about it. I know everyone may not believe in prayer, and that's fine. But whatever you do to de-stress or whatever you do to kind of just like, let things out, I encourage you to do that during this time, because I just prayed about it and I asked God, please continue to show me, like, is this job for me? Do I need to keep going? Do I need to go back to school? Like, what do I need to do? I just begged God, like, I would cry in my car begging, like, please just show me. I would do whatever to not be in this mental space, because I was completely, like, pooped out within the first month. And that is no joke. Like, I felt like I had been in nursing for years, being treated crappy for years, and it was just a lot of weight on my shoulders at the time. And I also just felt like I was failing my family, especially my mom, because it's like, you went to college for 4 years, you know, you had your mind dead set on this, and now that it's here, it's like, do you really want it? It's like, did I just waste my mom's time? Like, I don't know. I just felt like a failure as a nurse, a Black woman, as a daughter. Like, I just felt like a failure. And I think it's important that we talk about these failures, or at least feeling like a failure, because I feel like there are a lot more new grad nurses that feel this way and don't get to express themselves, or don't feel comfortable expressing themselves, and especially in front of a camera that possibly thousands of people will see. So if anyone can get help from hearing my experience and, you know, knowing that they felt this before, they feel this way now, and seeing that we can get past that, then that's what I'm here for. So all of that happened that we just talked about within the first month and a half. And as the days continued, like, I was no longer crying outside, but I was still just kind of feeling in my heart that I wasn't sure if this was the right place for me. I always felt singled out. And talking with other people, they would become angry by what I was saying. And I realized that it was because whatever had been told to me or done to me was wrong. And I was viewing it as normal, because I'm thinking, like, I'm a new grad nurse, there's another new grad nurse, we're both kind of going through this That's what I thought. And it was the exact opposite. Like, I was the only one getting those experiences. And when you're a black woman anywhere, like, you never know, like, is it a race thing? Is it just a me thing? Like, do they just not like me? Or, you know, what is it? So I struggle back and forth. Like, am I actually accepted here? Can I grow here as a nurse? Like, do I feel comfortable practicing my license here? It was a very tough decision to make those first couple of months. And I wanted to break down so many times, but I had to put on a brave face at work. I was not showing these kind of emotions. I was just kind of bottling everything up. Like, yeah, I'm okay. Like, if they're giving me sass or whatever it is, hey, throw that out the window. Like, I'm just gonna keep moving. It is what it is. But then I get home and there's like all these emotions that I've bottled up at work are like flooding out now. So I was struggling with trying to figure out how to compress everything at work and then decompress at home in a way that was not totally distracting to me. So I just think it's really hard when everyone around you doesn't want you to succeed, and that's a normal, like, everyday lifetime thing. But in nursing, I feel like you have to work as a unit to be completely successful. And when that doesn't happen, I don't know. I feel like that's a lot of opportunities for things to go wrong, because now, like, I don't feel comfortable asking certain people questions because I've been telling the meeting that, hey, you asked too many questions, or hey, I'm going to start advising people not to answer your questions. Like, is that safe? Like, you want me to practice my license here, but you don't want me to ask questions as a new grad nurse? Like, I know you don't know everything, but don't ask questions about the things that you don't know. Just do them. No, no, no. No, no, no. So there was that, and even though I was told not to ask questions, I'm going to ask questions. If I'm not sure about something, even if I Google it, I'm going to ask questions to clarify that this is the correct way to do it. Because if I go into a patient's room and do something incorrect, and that falls back not on the hospital, but it's going to fall back on me, and no one's going to say, hey, I told her not to ask questions. So now I'm just in a space where I'm trying to figure out how to grow as a nurse in a space where I'm not welcome, because I still don't feel welcome. I still don't feel like I belong on this unit or with these people. Not necessarily all of them, but there's just a sense of longing that I thought I had during the interview that is not there on the actual unit. And it breaks my heart to say that, just because, like I said, growing up, I always imagined myself working at this hospital, becoming a part of what basically molded me as a person, molded my decisions for what I want to practice in college. And it's just heartbreaking to get here, and it be nothing like what I imagined. So I'm trying to figure out how to grow as a person, as a nurse, and sweeping those things from the rug, or whatever I need to do to just continue, because this is my dream and I don't feel comfortable giving it up because of this small hump or whatever it may be. So if anyone has any tips, if you've been here before, don't be afraid to drop a comment about it. Don't be afraid to leave words of encouragement. I definitely need it right now. I definitely need any prayers, any whatever you guys are, willing to give to help me, I don't know, succeed. And hopefully I can help you guys succeed as well. Any words of encouragement that I can give to you, I will. Feel free to reach out to me through email, social media, which I will attempt to leave them on the screen as I say this. So I'll attempt to put social media handles up here. I'll put them in the description box down below. You guys can reach out whenever. I'll respond to everyone if I can. And if I can't, I'll get to you eventually. But I'm just thankful to be able to put this out there so that people can see that their experiences are real, that this new grad, I don't know, it feels like depression, like the new grad depression type thing is real, and that you're not the only one experiencing it. We are here together. We will get through this together. And yeah, I hope, even though I didn't say much, I hope that this has given someone some kind of sense of peace. And thank you guys for listening to me vent. You know me though, we have to do the top 3 of the week. And you know that I never know what I want to do until the videos come to an end. So we'll do top song and artist. We don't want to do top song and artist. We'll say is Mo 3 Outside. I've been riding to that. So Mo 3 Outside is my top song. Oh, top ice cream place, Cruise Farms. Amazing. In this city, in Tennessee, really good. I tried it. A1. What else can I do? How about the third thing being an interesting fact about me? If you got this far, comment down below what your fear is. I have an irrational fear of worms. I'm telling y'all. Worms have like secret powers, and I'm just not convinced that they're just slow little worms slugging along. They do be chasing me, and yes, I said they do be, because they do be chasing me. And I am terrified of worms. If it's raining outside, I have to leave early to make sure that I can get there on time because I gotta look out for the worms. So if you made this far, first of all, thank you. I have enjoyed having you guys here. I hope you leave a comment down below so that we can interact. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And hopefully we can turn this into a nursing series. I'll talk to you guys about graduation, interview processing, how to get into nursing school, how to secure the job, whatever you guys want to talk about. If you leave a question down below, and hopefully I can make a video about it. Thank you all for watching.